welcome back to my channel. This is Early Career Academic, where I explore how I use the Passion Planner, among other strategies, to achieve my personal and professional goals. I am, as my name implies, an academic. I'm a wife, a cat mom, and a Passion Planner ambassador. If you like the Passion Planner approach in this video, you can visit the link in my description. There is also a discount code there that helps support the channel as well as all the other creative projects I do. Also, if you are not following me on Instagram, I did put a link to it in the description of this video. I treat that as an extension of this channel, certainly, but also post additional things there, some things that are personal to my home. For example, I'm going to be posting some pictures of my Halloween brunch this weekend, so you might want to follow along if you're interested in that sort of thing. If you watched my last video, you know that I am getting over a cold. So my voice is probably a little strange, but I wanted to go over how this past week went. The 2 previous weeks were really when I felt the worst, and I talked about that in the previous video. But I'm still getting over whatever it is. There's a sort of lingering throat thing. Today there is a storm in our area and apparently potential for tornadoes, wind gusts, and flooding. So it is very dreary outside, very Halloween sort of weather, hoping that, of course, everyone remains safe throughout the event. I have my coffee with me. It is still pretty early, and I'm using my black cat mug in honor of my adorable black kitty cat Onyx. And want to proudly display my Halloween week spread in my weekly planner. I used these adorable ghost pumpkin bat stickers from Marie Stickers, and a couple of other stickers from Pop Fiz, and a book that I got at Michael's. So I just kind of like making that combination but sticking with a similar color theme. This week actually went pretty well. It wasn't as productive as it could have been, but I think I'm still kind of operating, at a lower capacity because of my health. But I did have some pretty good class sessions. I got some of the things checked off, but as you can see, there's some arrows moving everything forward. I also dropped a few things, which I encourage you guys to do if you're feeling a little behind or overwhelmed. I really don't need to do all the things. And I know that if you've watched earlier videos, you know that I added another to-do list here for content. But I am actually thinking about, because I'm scaling back on some of this in the month of November, I am going to try to keep everything I need to do to these lists every week to just this side. So I'm not going to be pasting a new list in. I kind of get why Passion Planner gives you only two lists here, because there really is only so much you can get done in a given week without overwhelming yourself. And I had a lot of fun in October and September creating tons of content, but I'm going to scale back a little so that I can keep doing the various content that I like without completely overwhelming myself. So I'm going, for example, to a bi-weekly schedule for the podcast, 1 blog post per week, and then 2 videos per week, but no additional vlogs at this time anyway. Okay, I could change my mind in the future, but for now, that's what it is. And that is because for the month of November, I want to participate in ACRIMO, which is Academic Writing Month. It's sort of the academic version of NaNoWriMo. And so I want to make more room for that academic writing that I've been sort of squeezing in here and there throughout the semester, but wanting to prioritize that a little bit more. So I'm going to make some videos updating you every Monday on how ACRIMO is going if you're interested and you want to follow along. So this is this past week. Of course, we still have today. It is, because it's so rainy and gross, I was going to go get my brunch party supplies today, but probably not. So instead, I'm going to do some baking. I have some assessment I need to do for my students. I have a few little miscellaneous tasks that I'd like to check off this list so I don't have to move them to the next week. And then, really what I'd like to kind of focus on today is, because my husband's home today, also with the head cold that I had. So we're probably just going to watch some Halloween movies and snuggle up, just kind of take it easy. so that we can continue to foster our health and be ready for a great Halloween weekend is the goal. So flipping to the first week of November, also, if you are interested, on Monday, I am going to be posting my November setup video as well as my October review, so you can watch that all on Monday, November 1st. But let's talk about this coming week here. Normally I do pre-decorate if you've been watching this channel, but I am going to go ahead, because my decorations this week are really simple, I'm going to go ahead and do that on camera and then add in my events for the week. I am using this particular sticker as a Recollections sticker book. I got it in a hot buy at Michael's, and it's really adorable. It has, like, you know, a lot of evil eyes in it. It has elephants. It's really pretty. And I'm also going to use this Sugar Pop Fiz sticker sheet. I saw this on Instagram and I could not resist. It is just so darling. I love the kind of the gold foil, the books flying up. I know it's the first week of November, and you know, I could obviously lean into the whole fall thing, which I will do in subsequent weeks. But I just love this, and I wanted to use it before I forgot about it, but also I think it's kind of nice to have a book themed first week of November, especially given that it is NaNoWriMo and it's academic writing month. So I'm going to use these stickers. But first I'm just putting down a little bit of strip to give it a little color. I also put these flowers for good things that happened. I just kind of like having little dots to mark that out. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this, little bit. I'm going to set it aside for now. Okay, now on to the main event. So I think over here, I'm going to put this "I like big books and I cannot lie" sticker to cover up the quote. And let me know in the comments if you are participating in Academic Writing Month or NaNoWriMo. I would love to know if you have a big project, what it is. And if I'm looking at, let's see, I could do kind of like this type of deal. Since I no longer have the extra to-do list, I have a little more space, but also I kind of like moving some stuff. That covers up too much stuff though. Friday is typically when I have my, like I film in the morning like I'm filming right now. I also have the weekends, and we have like nothing planned in this particular weekend. Maybe Sunday morning is a good place to put a sticker. And then one final sticker, so stinking cute with the little books flying up. Love it. Wednesday is kind of busy. Yeah, it kind of covers up some appointments that I have. I could do kind of like a Thursday night, middle of the book. Yeah, that's actually kind of cute. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. So fairly minimal. I'm gonna add a little more color up in here. And I still have this little bit that I might put somewhere. Maybe kind of like in a scrapbooky style. That's kind of cute. Okay, so I don't like wasting anything. Those of you who know me personally, you know that. Okay, so I have a few pens that I might use today. I did pick a purple. I believe this is 665, and this is 817 for the pink, and then I have the blue Tombow and a Micron pen. And actually, I'm running out of ink in this one. I have a second one, but for some reason I've lost track of it. You know how it goes. So we'll see what happens. I may end up just focusing on the Tombows today. Okay, so this coming week, I have a few appointments. I think what I'm going to do is similar to what I did last week, to kind of write in what's happening and then put colored boxes around. As you guys will learn if you watch my September setup video, I am trying to as I said, scale back a little bit so that I have more time to do two things I've been really kind of neglecting, and that is academic writing in particular, and some of my mental health stuff. It's going like okay, but I think having that illness for so long was, kind of a setback a little bit. It made me feel very vulnerable. It also made me feel like very overwhelmed and flaky because I kept having to like cancel things. And, I dropped off because I was so out of routine with a lot of stuff that I had been doing, like meditation, for example. I wouldn't say like I'm great at meditating to begin with, but I think it was helping, and I just stopped doing it. And I can just feel like my reserves are super low, So I'd like to make more time to do that, and returning to a routine will help. Oh, I just lost my computer. Hold on one second. I do use a digital calendar to plan ahead a little bit. Plus, my students can book appointments with me through Calendly is what I use. And I think I'm hanging out with some friends on this day, so I'll make sure to leave this open. But I do also use the paper planner to forward plan mostly in the month's views. And then I just reconcile it with my digital calendar. And really it helps, like it seems maybe redundant to some folks, but it helps me think through what the coming week is going to be like. And I can better plan for those things that I actually want to get done, like meditate or do academic writing, if I know what is ahead. I'm still teaching a volunteer class Monday nights with some of my actual college students join me in that. I have a dentist appointment this coming Wednesday. Don't like it. Don't like dentists. I don't think anyone really enjoys the dentist. I happen to have, I take prodigious care of my teeth, probably more than most humans. But I still struggle because I have genetic issues, and so it's actually kind of always a pleasant surprise if I come away from the dentist without needing like some kind of intervention. I love my dentist though. He's great. He's the only one that I trust. In fact, when they try to shift me off to some of his other staff, I'm like, nope, I'll come back another time. I just want him. Don't trust anyone else. Thank you. Goodbye. Because I have learned the hard way that some dentists don't have a freaking clue what they're doing. And I just, as soon as, inconvenience myself to have it done right the first time. Okay. And then I'm going to use this purple Tombow to color in my class periods. This coming week should be interesting. My students are working on their final projects. And most of them are doing it in groups. I think I only have a few students who are working on their own. And I'm also, as you guys know, if you've been watching this channel, I'm lining up guests to come speak to or listen to the students' pitches. And that's actually going pretty well. I'm still waiting to hear back from some folks. So that's sort of the last major coordination effort that I have. Let me just double check. Tuesday is election day, but we already voted. I am going to go ahead and say, and just write it up here to remind myself. My students asked about election day, and I'm like, I know the governor declared it a holiday last year, but the college didn't put it on the academic calendar then or now, and now we're not really allowed to give everyone the day off. I know I can do what I want, but because I was so sick, we don't really have time anymore to take any additional days. So we need to get done what we need to get done. As I said, I might be hanging out with some friends on this day. Excited for that, but I'm gonna leave that open. Okay, this week's focus. I'm gonna go ahead and put Acrymo. And I actually, before I talk about just some like to-dos and things, I did want to go ahead and show you in my daily planner. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the Halloween spreads that I've been doing in here. They're really adorable, if I do say so myself. But I did think about some things I needed to do to prepare for NaNoWriMo, and I don't have time to film a whole video on this, so that's why I'm going to cover it now. I am taking some advice from people who have done some Preptober work, and I can't think of who they are off the top of my head, but you can search for them in YouTube and find some cool Preptober videos. But basically they suggest that you take a look at the whole month, your obligations for that month, and then estimate the amount of time you need for the projects you want to do, and then calculate whether you'll have that time or not given your obligations in a given month. And so two things that I have done is I have made a list of Acrymo projects that could use some traction. Some of this actually I'm gonna shove off my desk before the month begins, like this one in particular. But it was helpful for me to think about that, and I do, if you guys follow my blog, I have a post about the easy way I track projects. So I need to update that spreadsheet and decide like what I'm going to focus on for this month. I think though that because I really want to get something into the hands of a journal, I'm going to pick the project that has the most progress on it already. I have to process some feedback I got from my writing group on it, and then revise and submit the thing. So I think that's what's going to happen for the month of November. And I just, the step I need to do still is to look at the whole month. And if you look at my video on Monday, you'll see this, see how I set this up. But then decide, where am I going to put the academic writing, the number of hours that I need to finish the project. So that is the last step for Preptober, and then what I'm going to do every Monday after this coming Monday is update you on how it's going. And we'll see, how much of it I'm able to do. I am going to be grading some major projects in the coming weeks. This is sort of how writing intensive classes flow, like the workflow goes. But I still think that pacing that's better than batching it. And that will leave me time, on certain days to accomplish the academic writing that I want to accomplish. So yeah, this coming week I have some things that I've shifted off from the present week. Some prep. A lot of this is prep related. A little bit of it is sort of completion grades that I need to put in, and some like colleague related work. This is just basic weekly personal stuff that happens every single week. John and I are also pursuing adoption right now, so we have some paperwork and we're just slowly chipping away at that. I also just got my Christmas cards from Shutterfly the other day, and I know you're like, oh my god, Tanya, it's not even Halloween yet, why are you talking about Christmas? But just a heads up, there's going to be some major supply chain issues. I mean, there already is, but definitely with the holiday season approaching. And I'm betting my bottom dollar that we're going to have similar mail issues like we did last year. So I figured I might as well take advantage of a sale that Shutterfly was having and order my cards. And the good thing is that I can, because they're here so early. Aren't they cute? Super cute, right? This is just some stuff from the year, some like pictures, some things, John's 40th birthday party, a trip that we took, some other trips throughout the year. I can actually have time because it's so early to write a little note on the back of each one, or maybe what I'll do is I'll type it and copy it and then like paste them on. I don't normally do that because normally I'm getting these, you know, towards the end of November, and I want to get them in the mail in time to get there for Christmas. So I kind of like ordering them this early. I might just keep doing that forever. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so that's happening, and then this is the content. This is the content that I'm allowing myself to do every week. It fits in this one little box, and that's it. And this is actually the same thing. It's just 2 steps, and I want to make sure that I'm checking off each step. So, you know, I think this moving forward, that's what's going to happen here, is cramming the content production into this box and then not letting myself go crazy with anything else. So that is the plan for this coming week, the week of November 1st through the 7th. And I'd be interested to know again in the comments, if you want to leave a comment, on whether you are participating in Academic Writing Month, if you're doing NaNoWriMo, how things are going for you. Are you excited about the month of November? All of those things. So please, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your networks. And I will see you back here for updates on Academic Writing Month, as well as continued use of the passion planning system to achieve my goals. Take care.